Welcome to the webinar, How to Meet Your Customer Demands 24/7 by Unlocking Your ERP and Joining the E-Commerce Movement. Amanda Clegg here from MicroChannel, and I'm joined by today's presenter, Anouk Thomas, who's Sana's APAC Business Development Manager. And to get straight into it, I'll hand over to Anouk.
Thank you very much, Amanda, and welcome everybody. So what do we have on the agenda today? Well, how does an e-commerce platform allows you to update customer and product price information on the fly? We will discuss how easy it is to maintain this information just in your ERP system as you do now, and how it is presented into your e-commerce portal. How can we process online orders more efficiently? Yes, as I mentioned in the poll, it's about streamlining that sales order process. How can we provide a platform where we can share information, share product information, share marketing information for your customers? How can we make it easy for them to find all the relevant information, to easily find the products they want to order and put in their shopping basket? And then, to conclude, e-commerce, most of us think about new customers. How can we get more customers on board? But it's also about our existing customers. How can we keep on be the best business partner for our existing customers? How can we meet their expectations 24/7 instead of only during our office hours? So that's the agenda for today. Now, before we move into that, I would quickly like to introduce you to our company, Sana Commerce, the shortcut to e-commerce. So Sana Commerce delivers integrated e-commerce for Microsoft Dynamics AX, NAV, GP, SAP B1, SAP B1 HANA, and SAP CC. So we started around 20 years ago. We have now 450 e-commerce specialists around the world with 8 offices. Our head office is in the Netherlands. That's where it all started. And then we have a couple of offices in the US, in Asia Pacific, and in Europe. We sell directly to customers, but mainly through our partners, because they are close to our customers and know their business better than we do. So we work with over 100 partners worldwide. We have more than 750 customers, and we implemented over 1,000 web stores. Okay, why should we invest in e-commerce? Yes, everything starts with why. It's the book of Simon Sinek. Maybe you know him. A project can only be successful if we know why we need to invest. What are now these benefits of an integrated e-commerce system so we can make up our business case? Well, let's take a look. What are the trends? What do we see? What is happening these days? Well, it's the age of the digital customer. Think about yourself. How did you order your last airline ticket? I think 95% of you will admit that that was just through an online booking. How did you arrange your hotel accommodation? Did you use TripAdvisor or Booking.com for the best prices? So it's really the age of the digital customer. So also in business to business, in our professional life, the customer behavior is changing. That digital transformation is coming in there as well. So that means that the buyer, your business partners, they are in control. 75% of the buying process is done these days prior to engaging with sales. That means that people are well informed by research on the internet. What kind of specifications do they need? What kind of specifications are crucial to supply the material for their new product prototype? So prospects, they start searching when they are ready to buy something. That's a change. Another trend that we see and that comes out of our personal life is the fact that we demand highly personalized content. 50% of the B2B buyers identified personalization as a key feature to further engage with their suppliers. So that means when they talk with you, they expect that you are up to date with their latest service request, with their outstanding invoices or the back orders. So buyer demands highly personalized and tailored content, and preferably they demand this online through a customer portal. Another trend which we cannot neglect is of course social media. 75% of B2B buyers are influenced by social. The new B2B buyer is educated, social, and doesn't require directly face-to-face contact. Buyers are influenced by reviews and comparisons. Yes, and even in B2B space. There is a new portal, Vendop, that recently started in the US, and there B2B buyers can read reviews about product supplies. And this site is already frequented by business-to-business buyers, professional buyers from companies like Philips and Johnson & Johnson. Mobile, of course. Maybe you have now your mobile phone in your hand and are you texting a WhatsApp message? Indeed, 42% of growth in mobile purchases in the B2B space over the last 3 years. Mobile ownership and mobile-related demands are skyrocketing. So that means that you consume information through your mobile phone, through your tablet, but more and more B2B buyers are also doing transactions, B2B transactions, using their tablet or mobile phones instead of their desktop. And how does that all comes together? Well, it's about integration. 60% of B2B executives cite that integration with an ERP system or an accounting system is a top technology priority. Backend integration with financing, accounting, order management systems, or ERP systems is a key feature. We do no longer allow to have a spider web of different kind of systems that are interfaced. So, these are the trends, the challenges that we are facing. How can we turn these challenges into opportunity? And yes, this is a picture of a mechanic lying under a car. And even in this type of business, B2B e-commerce or e-commerce in general is alive and kicking. In the US, there is a pilot project which allows mechanics to enter sales order via speech recognition. And this isn't so far from our bed show. Think about how you get your navigation when you're in a new city. You use Cortana from Windows or you use Siri from iOS. So now that we know why we need to invest in e-commerce, now we can start thinking how we can do this in the best way. Well, we need a web store. So if you go out on the market and look for indeed an e-commerce platform or a web store, you find a lot of systems like Magento, Intershop, PrestaShop, Shopify. And these systems, they have their own database. So in that database, you have to pull in your master data, your product information, product attributes, but also the pricing and the discounts. And of course, a shop management and content management module to build your catalog and to fancy your catalog. So that means that we have to do these things twice because all that crucial information is already in your ERP system. Indeed, in your ERP system, and we know that the ERP system is the heart of your company. It's there where you pull out your balance sheet. It's there where you calculate your product margin. So in these situations, you will have to maintain two systems, two databases. And how will you keep this information in sync? Suppose you introduce a new product, a product innovation with specific pricing for specific customer groups. How are you going to keep that information in sync through your web shop? The other way around, if orders are entered through the web shop, are you going to put them manually into your ERP system to foresee the delivery and the invoicing? Or are you going to build some interfaces? But interfaces, that can become very complex. It could look easy in the beginning, but in the end, when you have to maintain all the changes, it can be very complex. So, how can we do it in a different way? Well, that's the concept of Sana Commerce. Sana Commerce delivers integrated e-commerce. So what we do is we simply unlock the data from your ERP system into the web store. So that means that we use your ERP system as the web store engine. And the shop and content management module allows you to configure the way you want to present, for example, online real-time stock information, how you want to display pricing. So Sana Commerce, integrated e-commerce from Microsoft Dynamics AX, NAV, GP, SAP B1, SAP B1 HANA, and ECC allows you to start with e-commerce simply by unlocking the information in your ERP system and present that information into the web store. Now, we have, of course, a couple of customers that have set up Sana Commerce. We have customers in Australia like Nova. It's a wholesale and distributor company delivering essential products for shop fitting, kitchen, and furniture industry. Or the Comfort Group, one of the largest manufacturers in mattresses and foam. We have customers around the world like Seiko, Rotary, Xindao. Domus Lightning is not a customer of us in Australia, in the lightning business. So all these customers, they saw the benefits of having an integrated e-commerce platform. But what were these benefits that they experienced? Well, for example, Bierhandel de Wilde, and yes, I know Belgium is famous for its chocolate, but also, of course, for its beer. And Bierhandel de Wilde started with e-commerce a couple of years ago. And for them, what was crucial was, in fact, the efficiency they found to streamline that sales order process. No more manual order entry. That means less workload in that customer service department, but also far less mistakes, because you force your customers, and force is perhaps not a good terminology used here, but you allow your customers to enter orders via self-service. You make them accountable for the things they enter. So far less mistakes, far less returns. And that's a very costly process, the return process. So we no longer run the risk of making unnecessary mistakes when typing in an order. Indeed, customers, they go online into the web shop and build their shopping cart. As soon as they submit the order, it's directly reflected into the ERP system, and their customer service can do a last review and release the order for picking, delivery, and further invoicing. And the customer can get an email with an order confirmation. That's something we can configure in our shop and content management module. Van Ommen, it's another customer of us. They are a manufacturer of tools for metal cutting. They say indeed far less phone calls, email and faxes. Yeah, their products, they have over 100,000 SKUs in their master data. So very complex, very diverse. And for them, presenting all that information in a structured way into a portal from which customers can also order, it saves customer service department a lot of time answering questions because customers themselves can easily find all the information they want in the web store. So this is all about the pre-order process. Indeed, you can build your product catalog one-on-one with the master data you have in the ERP system. And you can further enrich the content using Sana Commerce. So multiple product pictures, item descriptions, specifications coming from item attributes out of your ERP system. And at all times, customers can review their order history. What did they order in the past? Even if these orders were placed through phone, fax, email. And that's because Sana Commerce fully integrates with the ERP system. So as soon as the order is in the ERP system, it can be pulled up in the web store. Exalto, it's a distributor, wholesaler for parts, wipers, and propulsion. 24/7 availability. Yes, their store is now open 24/7. So customers have access to the store anytime, anywhere. And that gives the customer a lot of comfort because they're no longer dependent of your office hours. Indeed, if you missed something or there was a personal intervenence during your day, but you still have to put in an order because your sales department or your production department needs some spare parts by tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, well, you can easily go online in the evening and place the order so that you do not let your team down. Available across all platforms. Yes, as we discussed, one of the trends is, of course, mobile. We are using mobile devices, phones, tablets to consume, but also to process information. So for Pile Down, before our customers had to wait until office hours, now they have the opportunity to do business whenever and wherever it suits them. So it's all about having a web store with responsive design. So when you open up the web shop on a tablet or on a desktop or on a phone, the screens will adjust to the size of the device you are using. Domus Lightning, our customer in Australia, for them, e-commerce was something that they wanted to try out. They wanted to feel what the benefits are. But they wanted to have a simple, easy to manage system. So complex tasks remain transparent. They invested a lot of time and effort to get all the pricing structures set up in their ERP system. This and shipping costs. So all that is centralized in their ERP system. Well, that is one-on-one pulled up whenever a specific customer logs onto the portal to place an order. So a single data storage system with responsive design, the right price point, and seamless integration. All these things made Sana Commerce the right solution. Indeed, this is a shopping basket where the discount information is straight away pulled out of the ERP system. Even if you change it on the fly, if you are in commodities, you have price fluctuations or price changes every day, it will be directly reflected into the web store. Sana Commerce, our content management module. It has an easy editor, perfect for both starting and experienced content managers. Yes, this is a new venture, so it should be easy to manage your product catalog. It should be easy to pull in new banners or to launch a marketing campaign. So the great thing about Sana Commerce is that its tools are easy for beginners, but also provide enough depth to advanced users. Indeed, this is the content management module, which you can just open in a browser. So from anywhere, you can open up your content management module and make some changes on the fly. Sapphire Oilfield Services, it's one of our customers, and they deliver supplies for the oil industry. It's one of our customers in the Middle East. And for them, it was crucial to get their sales reps on board of this project. And Sana Commerce delivers a sales agent login. So that means that a sales agent can log into the portal and can represent a customer. So the sales rep visits are much more meaningful because they can pull up order history. They can discuss open invoices. They can see whenever the credit limit was passed. So with Sana Commerce, we give our account managers online visibility on their customer information and pricing in real time. Indeed, when a sales rep, sales agent enters or logs on into Sana Commerce, he will be represented with the list of customers that he manages. He selects one of the customers and then he can walk the customer through the product catalog, propose the newest product innovations, place orders, and review order history. Another feature that is well used by our customer Sapphire Oilfield Services is Google Analytics. Sana Commerce integrates with Google Analytics, and that allows you to really measure your performance on the web shop. So what are customers looking at? Which kind of products are they looking at? How many time do they spend on your portal? Why do they put products in the shopping basket, but they don't make it to the checkout? And indeed, we also offer email marketing integration with MailChimp. So that means that all these neglected or abandoned shopping carts, we can retrieve them and we can target these customers with some email marketing campaigns. So by making use of the integrated Google Analytics, we can easily evaluate our web store performance, says Alan Welch, the team leader of the e-commerce project for our customer Sapphire Oilfield Services. And this is indeed how a screen of Google Analytics look like, and you can define there which KPIs you will monitor for your web store. Okay, let's now move into a demonstration of Sana Commerce and how it fully integrates with your ERP system. This is a Sana demo web store, but it's based on one of our customers, the Face, in fact. So this is a template store in which we configured the background. Of course, the catalog is built through the integration with the ERP system. And then all the banners are, of course, configured through our content and shop management module. So all this content is something you can configure. You pull in some pictures, you can put an internal or an external link behind, or you can put some text. And the web store also features a newsletter subscription, a customer service page, a contact us form. As I mentioned, it's very important to allow your customers to use mobile devices whenever they consume or process information on your web store. So every screen has a responsive design and will adjust here to the size of the screen you are opening the web store in. So here you see that the menu is pulled on the left side. Furthermore, your customers can browse your catalog using the categories that you pull one-on-one out of your ERP system or that you set up yourself using the content management module. Once you go into one of the product list pages, you can further narrow down your search using the faceted search. And these attributes here for the notebooks regarding memory and brand, they come one-on-one out of your ERP system. Here in this web store, we configured to show stock information in quantities. That is something we can configure. So we decide how we present information in the web store. Now, in this web store, you see we are not yet logged on. So this is an open web store. In this web store, we can feature B2B partners, consumers, guest users that would log on for the first time and order something, but also sales agents. Let's now log in as one of the business partners. And Dave is a very good business partner. He does 80%, or is one of our corporate accounts, and he does 80% of our revenue. So when Dave logs on to Sana Commerce, he is presented with personalized content. So he has a specific banner and text to say, "Thank you, Dave, for being such a great customer." Now, if I log on as another business partner, Frank, I just get the banner that we saw in the open web store. Now, in the B2B space, it is very important for your customers to give them insights in their information, personalized content. Indeed, every business partner will have an account dashboard. And in that account dashboard, they can review their company details, their orders, their quotes. You can configure to allow quotes as well. And they have an account management dashboard if they work with SIP accounts. So if you have customers with large purchasing departments where there's a purchasing manager and some assistants, well, the purchasing manager can set up some sub-accounts and can decide who can do what and enter which orders for which amount, and then if an approval is needed or no. He can review his order history, but not only the order history, he has also insights in all the invoices, shipments, return receipts, and credit notes. And again, it's not only the orders that were placed through the web shop, but it's in fact all orders that are available in the ERP system. And that's because of the integration. So you can go a year in the past if needed. In this order overview, you can see all the details and the order status. And at any times, you can see the shipment date, payment method, payment terms, and you can take a print preview. So instead of calling customer service, the customer can just print himself the order again if needed. If you have or if your customers have put in orders with lots of order lines, well, in that case, they can use the reorder button. So based upon orders in the past, they can just reorder from these orders so that all these item lines, sometimes it's over 50 to 100 item lines, they are directly put into the basket. So they will be directly put into the shopping cart, and the correct actual pricing will be used. So that means if you have changed your prices on the fly, well, these prices will be taken straight out of the ERP system. A customer can easily enter through the quick order function some additional items using the item code to look up. And when you launch, so we can easily add the quantity here. Let's take a look at one of these product pages as such, where we can display multiple product pictures. We also have a zoom in functionality. We have a full description coming out of the ERP system or Sana Commerce. And as mentioned, we can display the price breaks. If these have been set up in your ERP system, they can be one-on-one pulled up here in the web store for the customer to review. Some descriptions and some specifications. We also can switch on or off the fact that you allow that people write reviews. And of course, they will first be sent to you for approval. So social media integration is something that you switch on or off. We have some possibilities to present related items to your customers. And this comes from the related items that you have set up in your ERP system. We have the last few products functionality so that your customers can keep track of what they are looking for. And then finally, if we want to conclude our shopping cart, we can review all the information and we can enter a specific discount code to encourage people to enter orders via the web. And that's something that you can combine with a marketing campaign through MailChimp. So you can send out some coupon codes that customers can enter here, and then they get an extra discount on the total of this order because they are entering orders via the web. So here we see we have an extra 10% discount, and then we can conclude our order. We can configure if we allow customers to enter this as a quote or that they can directly proceed to the checkout. We also have, or we can configure to show some checkout offers. So it's all about, of course, increasing your sales revenue, cross and upsell opportunities you can present them with. And then once we are ready to check out, we come to the shipping information. The shipping information, that can be the same address as the billing address, and that comes, of course, out of your ERP system. But it can also be another address that you have set up in your ERP system, or if you configure that customers are allowed to enter a completely different address on the fly. The delivery methods, we integrate out of the box with a couple of shipping providers like FedEx and UPS, which allow us to do then real-time online shipping cost calculation. Otherwise, we can work with some fixed shipping costs, an average, or we can calculate an average based on the order title and the order value, apologies, order value and the dimensions of the order. Then we come to the payment information. This is something you can configure as well. So for B2B, we see that a lot of customers are using payment on account. So that means that the business partner will skip this step and that the invoice is sent out of the ERP system once the order is submitted. We also have, of course, in the B2C space, a lot of orders entered via credit card or paid via credit card, and that's done through the integration with payment service providers like PayPal, SourcePay, WorldPay, Adyen, etc. Once we have selected our payment method, we can go to the last step. It's the order overview, and it could be important for your business partners that they can enter an internal reference number and I'm going too fast here. That they can enter some comments about delivery or any other specifics that they want to communicate with you when placing the order. And a requested delivery date. Suppose they do not want to receive the goods right away, but 3 weeks ahead from now, they can enter that requested delivery date here. So then they are ready to submit the order. I have read and fully understand the terms and conditions, and then they hit the button pay. Once they do so, they will get, if configured in that way, they will receive an order confirmation through email. And at all times, they can review their order in their account dashboard, like we see here. Now, if we see that we ordered here 20 pieces of the Ultra Bus. Now let's go into the ERP system, and just as a matter of demonstration purposes, I show you now the integration with SAP Business One. So once we log on to SAP Business One and we pull up that order number, it will be there. And you see we have here 20 items of the Ultra Bus. Just as a matter of demonstration purposes, to show you the real-time online integration, if we now change this quantity from 20 to 30, we update the sales order in the ERP system, and then if we pull up the order again in the web store, you will see that the quantity has changed also to 30. So it's real-time online integration. So it's very simple, very straightforward. We leverage the investment you have done in your ERP system. We take your ERP system as a web store engine, and we can configure the way we present information into the customer and sales portal. And let's go one step further to conclude this demonstration. It's all about statistics. Statistics and try to sell more. Try to help your customers. Try to make it easier for your customers. So what your customers want is that you know what they need before they do so. So we have indeed product suggestions. That's a feature where you can pull in some product suggestions specifically for this customer. And that's based on their sales order history, value, or quantities. So that's the trend where we are going to. Order prediction. You tell your customer what he needs before he does. And that will conclude the demonstration and also this presentation. So we hope we convinced you about the benefits of an ERP integrated solution. It's all about better customer service. Give your customers a portal where they can easily find and share product information. Meet or even exceed your customers' expectations. Give them self-service, entering orders, self-service on reviewing order transactions. It's about higher sales efficiency, less manual work. Only one system that you have to maintain. So update customer and product price changes on the fly in your ERP system, just like you do now. Make less mistakes. That return process is so expensive. Make your customers accountable for entering orders. And of course, reach out to the market. Expand your market. Go into different sales channels. Maybe B2C is a growth potential. maybe different business partner types which you have not thought about before, maybe different geographical markets which will become available whenever you launch an online portal. So explore new markets, new customers, and get more out of your existing customers. Think about that personalized content. Think about being open 24/7. Think about the upsell and cross-sell opportunities you have with presenting them with the latest product innovations in checkout offers or related items. That's what the benefits are of an integrated e-commerce solution. So act now and get ahead of competition. So 3 steps to take. Try and make your business case. Calculate how many orders you have to process on a weekly or a monthly basis. How much time is spent on entering these orders? How many returns do you handle every month? And try to quantify and value these actions. Also, think about all the customer service calls you get around invoices or around product information. How much time do you spend on these actions? And try to quantify those. Of course, this project can only be successful if you get the necessary team members involved. So you have to think about a team member in the marketing department, in sales, and in finance. And of course, contact MicroChannel for a free consultation session. The following account managers will be ready to assist you. So it's Mr. Andrew Pout, John Hall Watson, Jaro Bailey, and Philip Thomas.